If this morning was about mothers, then this afternoon is about torture and traumas. So it's been a bit of a theme. Eva was looking back at things, and the next speaker, our final speaker of the day, can look back digitally for more than most to some wonderful times and things. Malcolm Garrett just about founded this business of thinking in this country. I think certainly the first digital person I ever met, and has worked solidly to get digital design acknowledged in the way that it is now. I know because I've judged awards with him where digital has been a very poor relation to other categories in the eyes of most judges, and he has fought and he has won over time, along with other people, because of the using cooperation. But he's really a champion of digital design and good design of all sorts. And we've got to thank him and Zoe and Douglas for today, because it's thanks to Malcolm and his contacts and everything. And he doesn't mind me saying all of this, you know. He's hating me. I'm going to shut up. How about that? He's a little bit frustrated because of limitations in his presentation that he will explain to you. The limitations beyond his control. Malcolm, would you like to come and take us through your...
Thank you for that introduction, Lynda. That's interesting. I'm probably going to be quite brief. I must not walk away from the microphone. Actually, I'm not the oldest person in this industry. I know you didn't. But my presentation is kind of maybe bringing things a bit back down to earth after cat pianos, and is talking about real design and real uses of new media, and it features a number of inspirations and things that have inspired me along the way. Cognitive Applications is a company based in Brighton that was started in 1985, and they became known as CogApp because they eventually realised that they'd been called that for so many years, and they decided that should be their name, so they recently rebranded. And CogApp, they gave me lots of notes about their history, which I haven't read. Some of the facts you will get today are true, and some I just remembered wrongly. Colin Jenkinson, creative director, and Jason Ryan, who's project manager, I'm not quite sure what his title is, both in the audience, so they can stand up and correct me when I get anything wrong, or when I falter and need some extra information. Anyway, why am I talking about CogApp? Well, basically it's this guy, Ben Rubenstein, who you'll see here on the cover of Apple Business Magazine back in 1989. And there he is as a pioneer of interactive media even back then, because he just finished working on the very first piece of interactive media that I saw, which is the study collection at the Design Museum. And I came across that because the Design Museum had asked me to work on an exhibition called Sport 90, and I'm showing you this wonderful piece of work that Ben and I did together. This is done in a piece of software called HyperCard, back when computers were smaller than your mobile phone screen, and these are the only surviving screens from that project. And they're not bad scans; they're actually what the screens look like. But moving forward quickly from there, basically it was an interactive guide in the gallery to the gallery itself, and it changed the way I looked. Previously I'd been a print designer, it changed the way I looked at the role of the computer, the role of communications in daily life. It kind of changed me forever. This was obviously in 1990. CogApp themselves went on to do a lot more work in the museum and galleries industry. This was a piece of work, a groundbreaking piece of work they did for the National Gallery in 1991, I believe, called the Micro Gallery, and lots of features which I can't even go into now. One of the ones that you could plan your tour around the gallery from the gallery guide. So it's both a database of all the works in the gallery and a way of going to find them and find a route through the gallery. They also then went on to do lots of other work in galleries. This is at the National Portrait Gallery, and the list of international museums and galleries that they've worked with around the world is extensive. I won't even begin to list them, but basically they became the world's leading, I think, gallery information system designers. Call it what you will. And as I say, meeting Ben and his team and Alex Morrison, who started the company way back then, inspired me to leave print design to one side for a time and go and get involved in new media, and eventually brings us to here. And I recently had the pleasure of working with Cogat again when they were invited by the. This is a shot of MoMA in New York. MoMA is a very interesting gallery. It was started in the 30s by the wife of Rockefeller and a number of other women who were wives of very rich industrialists in New York who complained that their husbands wasted all their money on old-fashioned art and they were very into modern art. So they started their own collection of modern art and commissioned Mies van der Rohe, the modernist architect, to build a gallery for them to house their works of art. New York being New York, they decided to knock that building down and rebuild it in, I think, 2000. And they commissioned another minimalist architect who was Japanese and whose name I tried to memorize and it's gone. But anyway, cut a long story short, this was the existing information system, digital information system in MoMA, and Measuring Forces, who was famous for their title sequences for movies, had done some in-gallery information locations, but Cogat were commissioned to develop the MoMA guide, and the reason I'm a little bit disappointed here is because the MoMA guide has not yet been properly publicly aired in the gallery. It's the latest, most up-to-date piece of work, and MoMA themselves said I couldn't show anything today. With Cogat applying a little bit of pressure to MoMA, I've managed to get some stills which I've tried to animate as best as I can to try and give some indication of how good this information system is. Because I'm a real believer in new media being useful, having a sense of purpose, and doing a real job, and working with real information. And what the MoMA guide attempts to do, because MoMA, like every other gallery around the world, has a vast collection of works, only perhaps a few percent of which ever get shown in the gallery. And so they have a vast collection of stuff hidden away. And a digital guide is one way of liberating all that material, plus liberating all the information associated with those works, etc., etc. And so what I've tried to do is Cogat very kindly gave me some stills from this piece of work, which I've taken apart and reanimated. And the beauty of this piece of work will not really be done justice to, if that's English, here. They've written the software, they've written the installation in Cocoa, which I believe is the software that the Mac OS is written in. So it has the same sense of elegance and fluidity that the standard Macintosh operating system has, but it's handling huge pieces of information and huge amounts of data and runs seamlessly. And what I like about it is that there's a permanent menu down the left-hand side, and clicking any menu item brings up a series of windows in sequence. So you're getting progressive disclosure of the information so that you have enough information at your fingertips at any one time, but you're never drowned in information. I mean, when you compare this to, we've talked in glowing terms earlier today about Flickr. I think it's a god-awful website, and I find great difficulty navigating around it. This, on the other hand, is a wonderful website for stepping through and finding pieces of work. As I say, I'm not doing justice to it because I'm doing these transitions to try and give you some sense of elegance. Because what it does, as you move across the screen, it's building up more and more information, and you're getting deeper and deeper into a piece of information, into what you're interested in. So it's a kind of really elegant search system, and then a way of branching out and finding out more information. And you can never get lost. Because as you step through it, you'll see there's a navigation system across the top of the screen, which I'll explain in a bit more detail in a couple of slides' time. And obviously, when you find a piece of work, because they're all ultra-high resolution scans, you can zoom right into a piece of work, and you can go and check every brush stroke on every painting. There's lots of other features like being able to compare two pieces of work. Everything they've ever published on their website, all their special microsites are all available here. Just about everything digital MoMA have ever done finds its way into this system. And this is the way the navigation system works. If you can, projectors normally hide grace, but I think that you can just about work that out. As you open up the window, you see the little rectangles build across the screen in exactly the same way as the vertical windows have. But then you can float back into left and right, and so you can use it both as an indicator of where you are in the flow of information and as a direct navigation system by being able to click on it and go straight to a point. Elegant, simple, straightforward, and doing all of the things that I admire in any piece of new media. But that's not all. This is not the size of the presentation. The actual size of the screen is this big. It's far too big to put onto this projector because it kind of covers that sort of area of the screen, which really begins to make sense when you zoom into a piece of work, because that's the kind of level of detail. And so the database of information they built on every piece of work in MoMA is just phenomenal. And just as reference, back in the early days, that was that very first piece of work I worked with Garrett Design Museum, which is 512 by 340 magnificent pixels, and the MoMA screen is, I think, 1920 by 1200. Basically, as big as we could possibly get it on a monitor. And just to return to Ben Rubenstein, who started it all and is to blame for all of my intervention in this medium. Here is Ben at the 20th anniversary celebration for COGAP, using that very first